Cool. I think we're live. Hi, everyone. Thank you for the patience. Was having slight technical difficulties, but we were able to get this started. So welcome back to Persona AI's webinar series, where we chat with experts in the outbound and email space. Today, I have Vlad from Reply.io. So super excited to be talking about 5 unique playbooks to drive replies. Just as a reminder, Persona AI is the super app for prospecting. We have 75 plus data sources and integrations and more coming almost every week. And what's really exciting is that not only do we integrate with all these different sources, but you're able to use AI agents and all the different AI models on top of that. Think of it like a lead gen super spreadsheet sort of app. And yeah, today announcing 2 things. One, our integration with Reply.io, as well as going to be going over learning all of Vlad's amazing little secrets on how to get replies from the man himself at Reply.io. So Vlad, would love for you to give a short intro about yourself, Reply.io, and he's put together an amazing presentation for us today to chat about and go through, so we'll be doing that.
Cool. Hello, everyone. Nice to have me today to be with you today, Shreya. Super cool to see this integration. And by the way, love how you call it a super app for sales prospecting. Like great like headline, a tagline. It's interesting. Super app for prospecting sounds great. All right, sure. So my name is Vlad, and I'm growth person here at Reply. Spent almost like I would say again, saying it every almost week now. Spent almost 10 years now in cold outreach, outbound sales, prospecting, sales development, personalization. So yeah, super keen on having this conversation with you today on these topics and share something with our audience. Maybe it will help them with cold outreach as well. So let's start sharing the presentation and give me a second. Share the screen. Start sharing the screen. Entire screen. Sharing. Let's go. All right. So today we will be talking about 5 unique playbooks to drive more plays through your outbound sales process. So again, my name is Vlad, and we have also Shreya, co-founder and CEO at Persana AI. Here's what we will cover today. We will go into intro to intent-based prospecting. Then I think about like what's Persana, what's Reply.io, how the integration works. Then Persana data sources and intent signals, plus some useful intent-based outreach playbooks you can implement like literally this week. Plus some useful bonus content. I think we will share this as a link, or we will send as via our email, or just probably just let us know on LinkedIn, basically via email or connection request. So we'll send everything as a link because we have quite cool, useful bonus content for everyone, like really useful. So why it matters? Probably everyone is noticing that like outreach, especially outbound sales process, is changing a lot because I remember when I joined Reply, it was all about copywriting. So you could like have a really cool cold email template, cold email sequence, and that's it. So you can just start your campaign, and that's it. And you should get something between 5 to 15% reply rate, and you would enjoy great results. But nowadays it's super complicated stuff, and you need like things like deliverability, cold email infrastructure, warm ups. Then you should think about copywriting, then personalization. That's why probably we have tools like Persana nowadays, right? List cleaning, removing risky emails. So it's getting super complicated. And when it comes to cold emails, typically they were all about like ICP-based, persona-based cold outreach. So you have your persona, you know their pain point, you have a solution, and then you're just starting sending email. Then they added a PS line as a reason for outreach, or just like a PS line in the end of your email. But nowadays, what I can see that more and more companies are starting implementing these intent-based playbooks, and with tools like Persana, I guess it's getting easier. Because yeah, you can do this at scale basically. So instead of focusing on like sending like generic emails. But again, I think it's still okay to have like generic emails if you have targeted, like super targeted list, and your message will still resonate with the audience. So in my reality, like relevance is more important than personalization. But why not use both? Well, you can be like relevant and personalized, right? So we can use both, and that's why I think intent lawyer for your ICP based like prospecting strategy is something that could help you with better results. Because here at Reply, we use those sometimes, not always, but like I would say maybe 50-50. In 50% of our sequences, we use intent based strategies, and they help with reply rates. And as you can see here, there are a bunch of different triggers you can use for your like intent-based or trigger-based, whatever you call it, your strategy. It could be something like post likers, company growth, department growth. For example, if their sales team is growing, probably they need a bunch of new tools, solutions, services, and so on. Website changes, job changers, hiring signal, technographics, startups, outreach, dark funnel with like person level identity, company level identity, visiting G2, or like searching for a specific term using tools like Bombora, right? So you can use bunch of intent-based plays nowadays. And the best part, majority of these plays, you can automate them at scale, basically.
Is there
So,
one play or oh yeah, is there one play or like when should you use certain plays have you seen success with?
great question. I thought we will have this during the presentation, and you know, that's a great question. I remember back in 2018, here at Reply, it was. I remember always was about like a growth mindset. And
Right.
back in 2018, just we just used hiring signal. So
Mhm,
when the company was hiring for SDRs, account
mhm,
executives, it was a reason for outreach for us.
mhm,
And this campaign, like it was like almost 15 to 25% reply rate. And
mhm,
the worst part, there weren't tools like Persana,
mhm.
like back in 2018 or 2019. In what we were doing, we were like using AngelList. AngelList was like a
Yeah.
social media, and they had like company profiles, lots
Mhm,
of tech companies, and it was a sweet spot for us. And then all these company profiles had like a section called jobs. So what
mhm,
you can do here, you can just I was able to like, hey, show me all tech companies that are currently hiring for SDRs. Boom. Then I used a bunch of scraping tools, and then I was sending message something like, hey, notice you on your AngelList profile that you're looking for
mhm,
SDRs. It sounds like you need something for cold outreach. And it was super successful. So for me, hiring intent and hiring signal is like in my heart, because
yeah. That's
it's the
honestly
first
one of
one.
the most popular ones where you're seeing like that one and job changes as well, because I
Mhm.
think it directly relates to like, especially if you're selling a product or service, right? It also relates as there's someone at the company that will be utilizing that, or there's some part of their function which is like, core to using your product or service. So like for us at Reply and Persona, it's like sales teams, marketing teams, all that. So it's like, how do we
Mhm.
fit in their stack? One unique thing I also saw was like they're hiring and then they go into like the job post details as well to get any keywords of like technologies or things that they're using. And that's
Mhm.
be pretty successful for getting into that like personalization as well. Also with like all the social selling, things like that, post liking, commenters, even followers I've seen, or using
Mhm.
recent LinkedIn posts is also a very popular one.
Yeah. And this one, followers of like specific, like particular creators or companies, is also like number two for us nowadays. But yeah, hiring signal is, I think it's popular one because it's highly scalable. Because
Yeah.
I believe the future of outbound is also something like called
Mhm.
micro campaigns or micro lists, basically.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
hiring signals is like highly scalable because
Yeah.
you can tap into a specific department or just company growth, and there are a
Mhm.
bunch and it's easier to find this information at
Mhm.
scale, basically. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Give me 1 second. I'm seeing that there might be some stream difficulties. Give me 1 second. Let me check
Mm-hmm.
what's going on. I got some comments. Let me check. 1 sec.
No problem.
Yeah, just got some comments. So just checking what is going on with the stream. 1 second. But yeah, anyways, this is recorded, so we can also post it and share it with all the people who've attended as well. Yeah, sometimes with these live streams, it's always a little difficult, I'd say, to get things going,
Yeah.
but hopefully we can figure it out soon. Let me just check 1 second. Not sure why it still says pre-live. Yeah, never had these difficulties before, but yeah, I don't know what's going on, but uh, um, okay, yeah, it is live now. So yeah, thank you everyone for the patience. I do see the live that is working, so that's good. um,
Cool.
but yeah, sorry, just got some comments that it wasn't working. I was like, wait, we need to make sure people are able to see it. And if you're not able to see it, we will share the recording, full recording. It will be posted on YouTube and things like that.
There is like a short lag
Yeah,
because of maximum. Yeah. So
yeah, exactly.
cool.
Um,
So,
yeah.
and the next part is like how Persona works, maybe.
Yeah, yeah.
Anything to do.
So Persona AI, we, as mentioned, right? Like we, do you want to share the slides again?
Sure,
Oh,
sure.
yeah, we can use that.
Share screen, share screen, share screen. Here we go. All right.
Okay,
Yeah,
perfect.
you should
Yeah,
fix
so
it.
as Persona AI works, you can see that we are able to take all these, like we have like a huge database of leads that you can search, enrich further with like email waterfall, phone number waterfall, use the different triggers, like we have job changes, hiring, social posts, technographics. So all those like intent signals that Vlad was talking about before, they all used to be like, literally manually going to Angel List or doing Google searches manually, going to social media posts manually. And I think that's where, like, especially with AI, we can consolidate and automate a lot of that as well. So this is where we came up with Persona to consolidate all these intent signals and triggers and allow you to use it alongside workflows. So that's really what Persona does. And then once you do kind of your top of funnel data enrichment and all that fun stuff, you go into Reply IO. So do you want to quickly show the Reply IO?
Sure. So yeah, basically, and when it comes to cold outreach, I think Reply perfectly like works with tools like Persona for creative outbound strategies for like prospecting super reps. So Reply is basically AI-powered sales engagement platform. But the best part, it's a multi-channel like sales engagement platform, cold outreach tool, so you can combine different channels in the way you want. So I just prepared this sequence as for webinar for the event, and basically you can create a sequence campaign cadence of different touch points like emails, LinkedIn touches, cold calls, even tasks for WhatsApp, manual emails, and then you can create like different branches. And I think nowadays it's a brand new feature as well. We released it a month ago. And the best part here when it comes to like creative personalization, you can build custom conditional sequences based on different variables from Persona. Like, I don't know, maybe it's company size or some kind of signal, or maybe some kind of segmentation, whether it's B2B, SaaS, agency, and so on. And then you can just combine those conditional sequences in the way you want. So that's Reply. And yeah, and when it comes to how the integration works, I guess is the best part is like when you go to your Persona account, you can create your list. So you can just for example, I don't know, maybe you want to give a feedback, just an idea for the list. Currently I have job changers here. So what you can do here, you can just basically upload a list of your contacts. Then you can personalize your list based on the industry, company name. You want to do probably some kind of data transformation inside of Persona, and then you just can add a new column and enrichment. Then search for um, reply, and then what you need to do here just to add your API key, choose your campaign in your reply sequence in your reply, then map your fields with reply fields, Persona columns to reply fields, like email to email, first name to first name, and that's it. And then what you need to do here is just to click launch, and that's it. We will push data to reply, and the contact should appear in your reply account in this particular sequence right away. So let me refer to the page. And that's how the integration works. And I think it's super cool, super easy, and super like smooth
Yeah.
data transition from one platform to another one.
Yeah.
Like,
Do you want to go back to the slide deck? I think we have some new viewers. There was like I think there was a change on the link that I was streaming to. So maybe we can go back to the all the triggers and things like that, just to kind of go over and quickly chat about this again. For anyone that's just been joining, apologies for the tech issue, but I'm glad that most people were able to join the correct stream. But I think what we mainly were talking about before was different triggers and how we see them as being successful, right? So, and you can pretty much automate most of these within Persona, Reply.io, and other platforms. Like you can get people who like to post and send it to a Persona table, enrich all of those people, and then send it to a sequence in Reply.io. Why is that important? For example, right now, right? Like with social selling and especially like founder-led brands, things like that, like post likers are probably people who are engaging in that content are probably your ICP, right? If I post something related to sales or growth, you would want to see other people who are interested in that content. Do you want to talk about why like department growth is important?
Sure. So basically, yeah. In my opinion, those intent signals, triggers, they should help, like, just improve the success rate of your cold outreach strategy or your outbound
Yeah.
sales process. That's the only issue, because when we check our sequences, we can like almost definitely say, so here at Reply for us internally,
Mhm.
lots of intent-based sequences, they have something
Mhm.
between 7+% reply rate.
Mhm.
Again, we just clean data, we
Mhm.
enrich leads, and then when we send those prospects to our cadences, we have these better results. And then
Mhm.
again, when I have like a separate non trigger based campaign, it could be like 3 to 5% reply
Mhm.
rate, so it definitely helps. So the whole concept here for me personally, it's like to improve your success rate,
Mhm.
and like send
Yeah.
probably less emails to get the same
Yeah.
result.
And I
And
think
when it,
one thing Oh, sorry. One thing you can
yeah, go
also
ahead.
use triggers together, right? It's like, oh, I think we mentioned hiring, and not just
Mhm.
that they're hiring for someone, but also going into the job description and things like that. And then if you also combine that with like, hey, this department is growing or this
Mhm.
company is growing in headcount versus decreasing headcount, you can also use that to your advantage. And I imagine
Yeah,
like
sure.
how personalized that would be, right? Like, hey, like for example, right? Like using, let's say like
Yeah.
a VP of sales just changed the role and got promoted to CRO. Like, hey, I saw you got promoted to CRO. You guys are hiring for, BDR managers and are growing at like an increased headcount in this
Mhm.
department by 10%. This is why you need, like, that is so precise. Like you would,
It's
you know, so on target with like targeting. Um, And that's the type of like personalization we want to do, but it's that like we don't have the time. But I think
Yeah.
now with platforms like Persona and Reply.io, you can use them both together, and just once it's set up, you can just automate that as well.
Sure, sure, that's a great example, and I want to say that a few years ago we also tried it. I mean, like these, I would call it probably a multi-step like trigger-based process.
Yeah.
What I mean here, so you can like combine different triggers together, and the best part, so you don't have to use them in one like email template right away. So you can,
Mhm.
instead of sending like generic follow-up,
Yeah.
but again, it's also okay to send generic follow-ups because
Mhm.
sometimes they work. But sometimes what we tried here at Reply, we tried like multi-step triggers. For example, for
Mhm.
step number one, it was like hiring. For step
Mhm.
number two, we were figuring out like their CRM, because for
Mhm.
example,
Yeah,
HubSpot
which
or
technographics
Salesforce,
do you
yeah,
bought also?
technographics. And for step number three, we like figuring out how many SDRs they have in their team. So,
Yeah.
and every email was like super personalized. For example, for the first one, I noticed you're hiring. Then you
Mhm.
say, "Hey, I did a fair amount of my homework and checked your website. Notice you
Mhm.
use HubSpot. Reply integrates with HubSpot." And for step number three, the same. By the way, I just checked your company's LinkedIn profile. Notice you
Mhm.
have like X SDRs, so probably they all need a solution for your
Mhm.
and then I think in the future that will be also reality to have this. It's already possible, but sometimes it's really hard to implement at
Yeah,
scale. Yeah,
exactly.
but
Yeah, and I
it's
think
possible.
that's where it's also like people want to get that like quick, like, I just want to personalize and send it. It's like take the time to first, I always say, strategize. What is the intent triggers? What is the personalization you want to do? Build the workflow, then you're good to go, right? Like then you can like do it at scale, send thousands and things at once. Um, let's go back quickly. I think we have a comment. Can you please show how reply IO works? If you want to quickly show that from like yeah. Yeah.
So again, Reply, it's like a sales engagement platform, cold outreach automation tool, whatever you prefer, because it covers all cases. So you can
Mm.
use it as a multi-channel tool or email sending sequencing tool. So what you can do here, you can just go to Reply, create a new sequence, create your like basically cadence of your steps, step number one, step three, and then you can combine those different channels into one sequence, basically. Then that's it. So we can add emails, calls, SMS, for inbound leads, WhatsApp, and LinkedIn touches if needed. And the best part with Reply, you can do conditional sequences based on any field in Reply, and think about like any field in your Persona account. Why? Because you can sync your custom fields. And for example, you want to classify your prospects based on persona. I don't know. So you have three personas: sales leader, growth leader, and founder, for example. And then in Persona, you can do like based on ChatGPT, just classify my prospects based on job title, like growth leader, sales leader, or founder. And then you can like use this property for creating a condition, and then you have a branched sequence with yes, no conditions, and then you can be more personalized or less personalized in different like scenarios. And then you can just have even more conditions here. For example, I don't know, based on their connection request status on LinkedIn, or phone number, number of clicks, basically engagement. So any custom field you want, you can use this and combine those fields together. And yeah, and then with Persona, you can just add column and enrich, use Reply as enrichment source probably, and then just map your fields, Persona columns to Reply fields. And then when you click launch, like run your tasks, uh, your prospect is already added to your Reply account with all fields you need for outreach, basically. So pretty much the same prospect is already here. So that's how it works. So Let's proceed, I guess, right? Let me check. I can hear you. Free.
Sorry, I was muted.
Yeah.
Apologies for that. Yeah, so I was just saying we're kind of wrapping up. And today we discussed the different
Mhm.
intent signals. We also went through an actual workflow using like job changes, hiring, post likes, like there's so many different ones. So Vlad, we can share the deck as well to everyone. Um, and
Sure.
then we can also like follow up with like a promo code and discount to everyone that's signed up
Sure.
as well. We'll post it on the event page. I know the streaming, there was a little issue there, but as a little sorry and also thank you for everyone's interest, we will post the full YouTube video in the comments for the LinkedIn Live, as well as I like your
I
little
think
thing. Do you want to go back?
no. I mean, I like. Let's also share some useful bonus content here.
Exactly. Yeah.
So number one, it's like a huge list of trigger-based outreach ideas. I've been collecting it for like years now.
Yeah.
So maybe something you heard today won't work for you, but there are a bunch of cool ideas
Mhm.
with ready-to-use templates, like email
Mhm.
templates, copywriting ideas for every playbook, and
Yeah.
plus ready-to-use sequences and email templates for playbooks we discussed with you today, like
Mhm.
hiring, job changers, department
Mhm.
growth,
Mhm.
LinkedIn post likers, probably as
Yeah.
well. So
This is
a
gold.
bunch of
This is
ready
gold
to
mine.
use
I love it.
ideas. Yeah.
Yeah. So Vlad, I think we can post it on the LinkedIn Live page. Just give us like 5-10 minutes after. We'll post it all over. And yeah, you guys can access. I know you guys have been asking for some examples, and I think that would be the best way to get it. You can always message me or Vlad if you guys have any questions as well. More than happy to help or drive you to the right resource. And yeah, thank you so much, everyone, for joining. Vlad, great meeting again. I know we've kind of kept in touch, just seen you growing on LinkedIn and everything like that with Reply.io. And it's exciting times that we're living in, especially with all
Agree.
the
Yeah.
AI and agents and things like that.
Sure.
So, as always, thank you so much. We are super excited about the partnership with Reply.io, bringing both of our platforms together and helping our customers scale as well. Yeah, anything else, Vlad, from your side?
Yep. Thanks for having me today. Thanks for a
Yeah.
great conversation and see everyone around. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Vlad. Appreciate it. See you.
Take care, everyone. Bye.